What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another. Look, I call them top recruit interviews, but this is the one program that I actually know how hard it is to become a baseball player at UCLA. And so I can vouch for this is the hardest school to play baseball at in the country. And Ian Fisher, joining us from Carlsbad, is going to head to UCLA. He's got a little bit more time, though, as a Carlsbad Lancer first. So we got a lot to talk about. Ian, congratulations on baseball being back. As of us recording this, a great day yesterday on the mound. And sun is shining. You're headed to UCLA. There's a ton to talk about. Let's start with that decision, though, to become a Bruin. I think a lot of people will be like, yeah, it probably was a no-brainer, but I think everybody has an interesting journey as to how do they arrive here. So why UCLA? And how?
Yeah, for sure. I think that the main reason I chose UCLA was the connection that I felt with the coaching staff. You know, a lot of them have been through UCLA or played at UCLA, and a majority of them were pitchers. So I feel like as a pitcher myself, that's really all I could ask for. A coaching staff that's going to be able to kind of direct me in the right path and turn me in the best pitcher I can be, as well as the same time, I'll be able to kind of build my personal life and be ready for life after college. And also my starting ball team, GVG, we have 5 or 6 of the top commits and 5 or 6 of the 2025 commits in the UCLA. And I feel like I've created like such a special bond with those guys and a connection that when I get to UCLA, we're kind of just gonna already have that going. I'm excited for that.
Was Finn McElroy used heavily by UCLA in your recruitment as a fellow Carlsbad Lancer?
I wouldn't say so much. I was only there for 1 year with him, and I was injured that year, so we didn't have much that we did together with UCLA.
I didn't know if they did the forced awkward interaction of, hey, you went to Carlsbad, I went to Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, deal, fair enough. So there was not just an expectation of that there. You talk about a lot of the pieces kind of lining up. Was UCLA always the goal, or did it just become more apparent towards the last couple of years that, hey, this is where everything is shifting?
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. They came down for a game one week, and I happened to throw well. Everything kind of happened really fast, and it was probably like a 1 month span, and everything just fell into place.
And then once UCLA offered, it was, hey, this is a no-brainer. Like, I'm going to take this. Or was there something else that pushed them over the edge to be your decider?
Yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer for me. You know, I wanted to stay local so my parents could come up to games, watch me pitch. And I kind of just like I fell in love with UCLA, the coaching staff. Like I said, everything kind of clicked for me, and I just had to do it.
Fair enough. All righty. So what then would be maybe some advice you would give to eighth graders, freshmen, like kids that are just starting out or still going through the recruiting process? You talk about club, you talk about wanting to grow your personal life. Like you obviously have thought through all aspects of this decision. It didn't just pick a school out of a hat. So maybe what's some advice you would give to younger kids out there?
Yeah, I'd say take your time, have fun with it. It's definitely the recruiting process is long and it's super fun. Being able to go to different schools, being able to see how different schools operate, being able to play in front of different schools is definitely a fun process. So I'd say take your time, make sure you find something that's right for you because like you're going to a 4 year school, you wanna find somewhere that you're gonna fit in at, somewhere that you're gonna have fun at, and that you obviously have a great connection with the people, the players, and the coaches. So I'd say take your time and find somewhere that's right for you.
Yeah, and the transfer portal doesn't really seem to work for baseball the way it does in other sports. Like when you go,
Yeah.
so when you people don't necessarily understand if you don't, I get that not everyone knows the nitty gritty of how major league to college baseball pipeline works, but usually if you go D1, you're there for a couple of years. It's not I'm going to go one and done, pump up my draft stock and get the heck out of there. So definitely choosing a longer term commitment when you hear these guys say they're going X, Y, or Z to play there. Let's talk about this year. You guys are looking like you're pretty solid right now. The Lancers, as of us recording this, are 4-0. You're starting to hit. You're starting to pitch. It seems like everything is clicking. Give us the report. Like, take us inside the dugout in the clubhouse. How are the vibes this year? How is everything looking? I'm sure you guys are going to say you're not playing your best ball yet even, but it seems like so far strong out the gate, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're still trying to figure things out. You know, we just had Weston Thornberry, who kind of just came out of nowhere. It was our third starter now and shoved against Cathedral. He had 8 Ks and only 5 innings, got us the win against a really good team. So like I said there, we're trying to figure out things still. Like you said, we're not playing our best baseball, I think, yet, but we're definitely looking forward to the rest of the season. We're trying to get the Open Division title and obviously go on to state. But I think we're looking good so far. You know, we have a strong lineup. We're starting to hit well. Pitching's looking really good. So yeah.
You talk about that open division mentality. I don't think people really understand unless you're in the baseball scene here in San Diego. Baseball is what we do best. So no disrespect to other sports, but open division doesn't quite mean the same level of competition as it does in the baseball scene. So, you know, where do you guys get the fire, the drive? Because to come out the gate saying, hey, we want to compete with the best of the best, like we want to go toe to toe with all the other big programs, requires probably like a little bit, you got to have that mindset a little bit differently than other teams. So what is it for you? What is it for you guys as a program that helps you guys get there to be like, hey, we're ready to compete with the best of the best because we want to be the best of the best?
Yeah, we had a good run last year. We made it to the semis, lost to La Costa Canyon in a rough game. You know, we want to be back there. We know we can compete with the best teams. I think we have a stronger lineup than we did last year. We got a few new players. Matthew Kelly, for example, huge bat, hit a bomb yesterday. He's playing a good third base and is our 2-hole hitter. He's been hitting really well. Aiden Munoz came back, strong summer. Hit his first bomb yesterday. He's been on fire. I know, like we have a majority of our team who came back from last year. We only lost a few guys, but everyone came back stronger. And I think that we have a really good shot to compete with those best teams this year and bring in some medal.
For Carlsbad across the board, you guys maybe exist in a little bit different realm than there's only like 2 or 3 other high schools that are consistently competing for championships. Football has been in the open finals or semis the last couple of years. Basketball and Jake Hall just won the open division final. Like, what is it like just as an athlete being in that kind of community? Because I don't think a lot of schools understand, like, you walk through the hallways and it's like, those guys are in the open playoffs. Those guys are going D1 for football. We're going D1. Like, what is that just even like being around that athletic environment?
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I love being in the environment at Carlsbad, especially Carlsbad High School. It's just a big community. I think a lot of like what you said, being in an environment with all the athletes who are going D1 and who are playing at the highest level in high school and all that. I think it's really cool being able to share like those opportunities with other kids from different sports and kind of being able to all come to the same thing, but while playing a different sport, like you said.
One of the signature things of Carlsbad seems to be that the loud crowd does it bigger and better than anybody and everybody. Have they shown up to baseball appropriately, or do we need to gently encourage them in a public forum to break out the fireworks and the drones and everything that they have for football at the baseball games?
Yeah, I think I mean it's incredible, especially at football games. Like it's crazy. There's tons of people there. The energy is super high. Everyone's so loud. I think that for baseball, it does come out. They definitely get loud. We definitely get a good group of fans, and I think it could be better, but it's definitely enough. It's fun.
That's why I said a gentle call. I know this
Yeah,
is little apples and oranges. You can't if the loud crowd were to sustain that level of chaos for an entire baseball game, I would be wondering about their mental health. Like it would be a
yeah,
little too much for them to do for all 7 innings. But okay, like 10% better participation. Come on, loud crowd,
yeah.
you can do it. You can send a. I dare you, loud crowd. I'm challenging you directly. Let's get a reel onto Instagram of you guys doing the same kind of production quality for football, just for one baseball game. Give us one, just one. That's all we want. Just one inning of that level of enthusiasm and fandom. Okay, I got to ask this for every baseball player because we tend to be the most weird, superstitious bunch of any of the athletes. You, as a pitcher specifically, probably have some stuff that you do on a game day where you're on a start. Anything that you can share with us? You got to eat this one food. You got to have this burrito from a place. You got to listen to a certain song. You don't wash your socks. Anything you do superstition wise this season to get you through?
Yeah, nothing super superstitious. I got the same warm routine. That's the main like thing, but I do that every time for every game, which is like stretch, do all my body work and stuff, get all my arm care done. But
And anything maybe that the team does?
yeah, nothing super superstitious. I like to listen to the same pregame playlist every day before every game, which is like a mix between some rap and some country and stuff. It's
What do we got on the pregame? Give us okay, those are the genres. Give us a couple songs that if you don't mind.
yeah, I got a couple Morgan Wallen songs. Sunrise was a big song last year. That was my walkout song last year. I love listening to that song. Some rap stuff, some Don Tolliver. Um,
I mean, it's maybe the two weirdest genres to mix up
uh,
into a pregame playlist, but I don't hate it at all because it's very much
yeah,
the baseball.
it kind of depends on the mood.
You need that oomph, that little extra, but country somehow just fits perfectly as a baseball
Yeah,
pregame kind of vibe. You can just listen to it in the background, not really know what the song is, and it fits while you're warming up. So
yeah.
for you guys this year, I know you talked about LCC, and you might have a chip on your shoulder against them. And I'm sure that our fawning over LCC has not helped that with anybody liking them or not. But what is the rival? Is there one team or game or series that if you said, hey, like if people can only come check out one Carlsbad series or game this year, who would it be?
Yeah, I'd say it's got to be Torrey Pines.
Corey?
Last year we had the rough streak where we were 0-5 against them. Every game was a one-run game. Some went into extras, some were 1-0, and it was just every game we had that chip on our shoulder, wanting to win that game. We finally got it, and the to bring us on to CIF knocked them out of it. So that was huge. But I say this is a get back here. We want to sweep them for sure.
Trying to avoid probably also one-run games. You would like to not, because even if you win those still are probably pretty dang stressful compared to a 5 or 6 run blowout. So
For sure.
all right, we will. I never know which direction to tell people. It'll be either below or to the side or a tap or a swipe up that will have all of the Carlsbad schedules. So you guys can go check out when that Carl's Torrey Pines game is. We will make sure to promote as many strikeouts or general pitching highlight clips that we can of Ian between now and his time at UCLA. But he's just another one of the many amazing student athletes here in San Diego that we keep reminding all of you guys, go check them out. These guys are headed on to bigger and better things. They're going to all potentially be like the biggest thing in sports someday. So why not? Why not head out to Carlsbad Torrey Pines on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon and check out some great baseball? There's a lot of those games going on. We're still very early in the season. Ian, thank you so much for joining us. Go Bruins, go Lancers. Thank you again, and congratulations. We'll talk to you guys soon.